When building a new house or remodeling an existing one built after 1978, you shouldn't have to worry about exposure to lead paint because it was banned in '78. But if your home was built before then, chances are lead is present, and the EPA has rules in place for any remodeling contractors you hire. Basically, they have to be lead safe certified and follow some simple steps to keep you and your kids safe. So when a remodeling company like Otogawa-Anschel comes in to remodel a project like this one, they take precautions to not only protect the homeowners, but also their crew. The problem is that the lead dust generated during the remodeling jobs, like sanding and scraping, can trigger serious health problems, especially for kids who can develop high blood lead levels and suffer permanent harm, including learning disabilities and brain damage. The particles are so small that you can't even see them, but what's even worse is they can get trapped in the HVAC system and spread throughout the entire house. Exposure to lead dust can be prevented with some very simple steps. That's why the EPA established the renovation, repair, and painting rule for lead-based paint. Well, that includes any remodeling contractor that disturbs paint inside a home, apartment, a school, or a daycare built before 1978. And that includes most home projects like kitchens, bathrooms, window repair, weatherization, and sanding and painting. For contractors, the rule requires that the company gets certified by the EPA, and also that supervisors get certified by taking a training course approved by the EPA on the proper ways to contain lead dust in the work area, minimize the amount of dust generated, and clean up thoroughly afterward. And there are large fines for non-certified contractors working on homes with lead paint. So if you have an older house and you're doing a project, make sure you hire a contractor that's lead certified. Well, we have Michael Anschel and Jay Ward running the project. Now we want to talk about proper procedures when remodeling homes built before 1978. First of all, you want to determine if lead is present. For that, you need a certified contractor. Or you could just assume that lead is present, then you follow lead-safe work practices. So Michael, what are the best procedures for testing for lead?
Well, Dane, only certified contractors are allowed to perform the test for lead. And if we find that there is lead present, then we follow the lead-safe work practices. And even if we don't find lead present on these pre-1978 homes, we'll typically follow the guidelines anyway.
Right here, that's the stuff that we're looking at. That's lead, so.
And where in the house are you looking for lead?
Well, that one's easy. Any surface that is painted is a place where we could potentially find lead. So it could be the walls, it could be the ceiling, painted brick, and usually we find it in the woodwork, whether that's outside on the siding or inside on all the millwork.
And once you find lead, then it's time to sit down with the homeowners.
Absolutely. The first thing we do is we sit down, we go through a series of papers that explain both the potential risks that lead is to them and their family and their children, and then we explain the procedures that we're going to be following to manage the lead in the house during the remodeling process.
So once you run through all that with the homeowner and they sign off, then you're ready to perform the work.
That's it. We go off and get started.
All right. So Jay, once all the testing's done, then what do you do to get ready for the demo?
When we come in, we put down a poly wall or a poly floor. So we have an access for the construction guys to come in and out to the site. We add a tack mat so they can come in as well. And then we put a poly floor down for the site. Tape that poly down to the floor. And then we build the poly wall around the site to protect any debris or anything from coming into the home where the homeowners live.
So you get a very hermetically sealed little package here before any demo begins.
We do. Our object is to maintain all the dust inside the work area.
Now what about outside? I mean, you take precautions out there as well.
We do. With the exterior project we have going here, what we do is we spread poly directly underneath the work area and then outward from the building as well. We also put a secure barrier up with signage and with another tack mat as well for a staging area for the workers to go in and out of. The last thing we do on the exterior for the prep is we tape our poly to the building that contains all the debris that falls from the area where the work is being done.
So with all that in place, then you're able to start the demo.
When we start our demo out there, they start taking off the trim on the outside of the house and that falls down into that plastic. Any smaller debris gets bagged up at that time. The exterior process with the larger pieces will get rolled up into poly eventually when the window comes out. On the inside, what we do is we take the trim off of the window on the inside and leave that in the containment area on the inside of the home until we're completely done with the demolition on the inside.
So once you're all done with the demo, then what do you do to kind of like wrap everything up so there's no lingering evidences of lead anywhere?
It's kind of a four-step process that we use and it takes place on a job site. Like on our exterior window, when we pulled it out, we dropped it into our poly, and then we wrapped it up, and then we HEPA-vac that poly off. And we taped the poly and we carried that off the site. That way there's nothing left in that area except the poly on the ground, and we could vacuum that up with our HEPA vac, at the end of the project. When we're working where we got to carry the window through the home, it's a very similar process. Drop the window inside the poly. We also wrap that up. We HEPA vac that off, and we come through. And we're going to make sure that we always walk on our tack paths and on our walkways out to the dumpster outside. Second step that we do with our HEPA vac in our area is we vacuum out that window opening itself and get that cleaned out. That way we're not tracking on our shoes trying to carry it out to the site out here and through the house. And then the third step that we follow is that we wet clean the openings for the windows and also the walls and anywhere as far as 6 feet on each side of that opening. And on the inside, it's a very similar process to the outside. There's a little more cleanup as far as we do a top-down process as far as cleaning. We wipe everything down and vacuum everything from the top down before anything comes out of the site.
And then I suppose you just want to check everything out.
We do. We want to go through and we want to do a visual inspection by a certified renovator and look for anything that's loose debris, make sure that it's all cleaned up at that time. And if it's all cleaned up, then what we do is we compare it to our EPA card. This is a clean wet wipe. This is a dirty wet wipe. We need to be like that after it's all done.
Oh yeah, you can really tell the difference. Well, I think it's important for people who are doing remodeling on homes before 1978 to realize this is what they do want to do just to make sure they're protecting themselves from lead. So thanks for helping us on that. One thing I noticed when you look at these, for more information on lead safe techniques or to find a lead safe certified contractor, you can visit the EPA website at EPA.gov/getleadsafe or call the National Lead Information Center at 1-800-424-LEAD.